Hey guys, my name is Sherry and welcome to my channel, and today I want to review The Child Thief by Brom. The reason that I want to talk about this book instead of writing my review is because there's so many things that I felt after finishing this last night. I knew that if I wrote about it, it would be way too long, nobody's gonna read it, and I need you guys to know how good this book is. I will say that this book is very dark. It has a lot of violence, gore, language, so if those things make you uncomfortable, you might not want to pick this up. I can see this book having a lot of triggers for people, so if you're hesitant because you're not sure if it has one thing or another, feel free to ask me and I'll straight up tell you if it does, and then you can go on ahead or you can choose another book. Completely fine. So The Child Thief is the story of Nick, who gets rescued by Peter because he is in a very tricky situation with some drug dealers, and Peter rescues him from that and takes him to Avalon, which is the version of Neverland. From there, we kind of experience Avalon from Nick's perspective. He learns about this magic world and the creatures in it, and he learns about Peter. We get Peter's story from when he was a kid, pretty much from when he's born. We know what happens to him. And oh my goodness, I adore young Peter. Brom's Peter really got to me. Not to say that he's perfect, not to say I'm like the biggest Peter Pan fan now, but you know, you can see where he's coming from, but he's also kind of crazy. So that's one of the things that I loved about this book, is not just Peter, but all the characters in this book. You know, they make mistakes, they do stupid things, they do cruel acts, but at the end of the day, you're like, I can see why they would do that. And I think that was what really amazed me about these things, because it's so human. You know, when you think about it, nobody's really good or really evil, and I love how each character in this book is complex. This book also tackles a lot of things. So the magic is related to how young you are and how you still believe, and then how these kids are really just, they're lost, a lot of them are abused and neglected, and they're really just looking for family. It's so relatable. You can definitely understand, you know, why the kids feel certain ways and why some of them really come to adore Peter. Other things that I loved about this book was the fact that because there were so many creatures in this world of Avalon, and they're always wary of mankind, the interaction between, you know, those two worlds is very interesting, very sad, and very tragic in a lot of ways. It really makes you think, honestly. And then for the kids who, you know, have gone to Avalon, and, you know, don't want to come back to their families, some of them do miss home, and you realize that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So this book not only tackles that, it really shows you issues that we face in real life. In some ways it's sad. It's one of the things that make it so dark, because you can see that not everybody starts out evil, and you kind of watch how they get there. This book doesn't only just make you think, but it's also pretty intense. There's a lot of action, a lot of killing, and I found the last quarter of the book really hard to put down because everything was happening, and I was like, okay, I need to find out what happens next, and how is this going to end? So, again, I could not tell you how impressed I am with how Brom kind of tied this whole thing together. So, I highly encourage you to read it. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars, and if you know me, in the past year, I've been kind of picky in terms of books that I give 5 stars to, and I can't really fault this book for anything. If there was something that I didn't like about it, it was so minor that I was not affected by it. There's not enough words to say how much I love this book. Basically, read it. Brom makes this world, and he gives this story behind Peter and the Lost Boys. To have it all in one book is, to me, pretty impressive. For those of you who don't know, Brom is also an artist, so all the illustrations in this book are by him. Each chapter has an illustration, and then in the middle of the book there is some colored illustrations of the main characters, and it is just beautiful. Apparently it's classified under horror as well on Goodreads, so for someone who's never read horror before, I think this was a good start for me, and I actually surprised myself because I can handle more than I thought I could. So this won't be the last horror book I'll read, I guess, but You guys, check this out. It's so worth it. And let me know what you think if you've read this book. And this book was actually my third book for the Color Me Red challenge. If you're not familiar with that challenge, I'll provide a link below and you can read all about it. Thanks guys for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel for future reviews. Bye!